Hello, my name's Mark Halm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. And we help people who are getting in the self-storage business, and we help people who are in the self-storage business and want to grow their business strategically purchase self-storage facilities in such a way that it creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And it could be said that the managers, the facility managers at a self-storage facility are the most important people in the company. And I know in our case, in many ways, that is true. When we buy a facility, when we build a facility, when we expand a facility, it's the managers that are accountable and responsible for leasing that facility up and getting that facility running properly. For the public in the marketplace, it is the managers that are the face, the personality of the self-storage facility, not the owners. In most cases, they don't even know who the owners are. So I thought it might be interesting for you to meet some of our managers. Now, I learned the hard way. You don't just show up with a camera and start videoing some of the lady managers. I learned that you call ahead and tell them what you're going to do. Learned that the hard way. But most of these managers did not get much notice. One manager got an overnight notice. But for the most part, these are pretty much unscripted, just responses to questions. I thought it might be interesting for you to see, and I would like to introduce you to our managers. What are the skill sets of a good self-storage manager?
I would first have to say attitude. Your attitude has to be a winning attitude, and you also have to be very customer service oriented. The golden rule, treat people like you'd want to be treated. We've learned in the industry that aside from business storage, it'd be residential, and the reason for that could possibly be death, divorce, or a move. And when people are navigating things like that, you need to be mindful of that and put them at ease about where their things are going to go. And when you come up as a winner with great self-storage, customer service, you're going to win every time. That's why I can be the most expensive facility in the city. And I will have the highest occupancy rate because I know how to treat people, and that's how they want to be treated. So that attitude and customer service, I take ownership of this property. I'm not the owner, but I feel like it's mine, so I'm going to run it the way I want it to be run, so it'll be successful.
Skill sets of a good manager in self-storage.
I think a good manager has to be honest, has to be dependable, has to enjoy what they're doing. I think a good manager needs to be really good with people, be customer oriented. I think the good manager should have a lot of basic skills. Needs to have maintenance skills, needs to be able to interface with business people, needs to be able to sell, needs to be able to sell storage. You have to be able to determine a person's motivation in buying and getting a storage unit. You can do this by asking leading questions. You have to get in step with your customer. You have to deal with them, I guess, on a level that they're comfortable with. A business person will be somewhat different than a person that comes in a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops. They're going to look at things a little bit differently. So you have to be able to tailor your presentation or tailor the asking of your questions to a certain person. Even things like voice pattern. I know I'm over 50 years old now. My voice is a little bit different than if a young lady comes in here that's 18 or 19 years old. She will tend to talk very fast. I have to listen carefully to what is her buyer motivation and sort of tailor my presentation to what she's looking for.
A good storage manager is somebody that has integrity, somebody who can be self-motivated and set their own little game. They make up a game, and then they try to reach that. And that somebody who cooperates and coordinates with their staff, but also with their customers, that takes care of things in a timely fashion. A good storage manager is able to meet deadlines, do what they say they're going to do. You can count on that. Really have to be able to pay attention to detail and be able to multitask.
You're good at like creating a game and playing it. So like give an example of a game you like to create and play.
I set a daily goal of what number I like to hit with the money coming in, and keep track of that so that I'll be on target. And I really love when I hit the number at the end of the month.
First is just being proactive, making sure that when a customer shows up at this facility that they're ready to be taken care of, that the units are clean, that all the mechanics are working. We can show them that all our security, everything we've got in security, the cameras, the gates, we do the police patrol that we have in there. But we always got to make sure that everything is prepared. So when they walk in here, they don't see it's very seamless. Like this is the way it looks all the time. That we're ready to go, and they're in and out of here, and it's very convenient, very safe, very pleasant for them. That would be first, and then second is always customer service. We are, at least I am. You have to be personable with people. You have to be able to take care of them when they come in here. Talk to them, be relaxed with them, treat them exactly like what you would want to be treated when you walked in anywhere. If you're the most important person in the room, you're paying attention to them, you're taking care of them. That way they're happy with staying with you. They need the storage space, so they want to stay with you because you've been that way with them. You treated them like you would want to be treated yourself. At least that's the way I look at it.
What are the, what you think are the main skill sets for a good storage manager?
I think a good storage manager needs to be a storage pro. P for personable, because I really do think that people need to be kind and inviting in the store. We're dealing with a lot of people who are moving and they're stressed, or people who are going through a divorce, or people who've had a death in the family, or someone who's just new to Louisville and needs to see a friendly face in the city. R is for reliable. We need to be reliable to the incoming tenants, current tenants, but also we need to be reliable to the owners. Do our tasks and be well organized and do the job. The O is for on target, because we of course have goals for ourselves, goals of occupancy, goals in collections. Be a storage pro.
What are some of the best things, benefits of being in the storage business?
You can really help people out. I know it's a business, but there are people that have had storage units here at Q2 Storage for years, and they need the space. We have a lot of tenants who refer us regularly because of that need and meeting the need. Plus, people often come in here and they're surprised at how pleasant the office is, how nice the office is. I can't tell you how many times Paul and I have heard, I didn't think storage places were this nice. So
Cool.
it's a good response.
Cool.
So what'd you think of those managers? Well, I could have filmed or videoed any of our managers and the answers would have been very similar. These just happen to be the ones at the facilities that are closest to me. And that's not by accident, that's by design. In our business strategy, we want to have the best and most expensive self-storage facility in any submarket. And to fulfill on that business plan, we're looking for managers with three traits. We're looking for self-starters, we're looking for managers with good sales skills or can be trainable to sell, and we're looking for managers that can provide excellent customer service. Now that's what we're looking for to fulfill on our plan. Now you're not going to get that at $7.95, $9, $10 an hour. You're just not going to get that. I cannot tell you the number of facilities I've looked at where the managers are making the lowest possible wage in that market, And I've even seen some where the managers are subcontractors so that the owners can avoid paying taxes and everything associated with having employees. Now, I'm not saying we have figured it out and they have got it wrong. I'm just saying that if you want to have managers that fulfill on what your business strategy is, you have got to design your business strategy and then specifically look for people to fulfill on that. Even if it's you, even if you're the manager, you've got to make sure you have the skill sets required to fulfill on the business plan that you create. So if you haven't done so, here's my invitation. Sit down and write. Don't think. Write out your business strategy. In other words, what is unique about your facility or your company? What can you uniquely offer in the marketplace that your competitors can't offer? How do you want to be known by your customers in your marketplace? What skill sets do the managers, or you, if you're the manager, need to fulfill on what your business strategy is that you've just created? And finally, what culture, what environment are you going to create that your customers walk into and that your employees walk into? We have created a culture of empowerment where the managers are empowered to take ownership. That's just our culture. But we've done that by design so that we can fulfill on what our business plan is. Create and design your culture. Look, you're going to have a culture either by default or by design. Create it by design. So if you haven't registered for the Self-Storage Association convention at Caesars Palace next week, starting September 8th, 9th, and 10th, do so. If you're there, come by and see me. We'll be in booth 735, and I really look forward to meeting you. Also, keep an eye open at the website creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com, and keep your eyes open for the emails. Very soon we're going to release the Self-Storage Quick Start Academy. The very first course in the Quick Start Academy is going to be how to buy your first facility. This will give you the training step by step, specific resources that can support you. We're even going to give you some of the forms and documents that we use when we buy a self-storage facility. Thank you for watching. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. Thank you.